What is going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and it's an Exos Heroes video. Potentially the last one for a long time, just based on whatever they have going on into the game. Now, of course, I have not done really any videos portraying to the actual collaboration. It pretty much ends in a day, and I really wanted to just, do a recap on the characters, and do it in a style that we know. Hey, this is why I like it when it's muted. Come on, game. So I want to go over all the characters, what I think about them. Actually, check out their animations. I've seen some of them in hyper fast speed mode, but now I want to check them out in nice and slow. Take our time like we've always done. And I mean, let's just have fun with it. So without further ado, skidamarinky dinky do. Let's get into it. Again, like I've said in a previous video, if you guys have not watched the I'm Back video, I'm going to be taking, I wouldn't even say a break from the game, because I'll probably still be playing it, just not as aggressive. I do know, I did see through the director's note, they're adding RTA into the game. They just also added the core reverse of Monica. I have no idea how good this core reverse even is. Belle, we're gonna go over Belle and everything. So a lot of stuff is now currently coming into the game, but it's not really enough that I feel like constantly keeping track of. Maybe when the RTA and when the Force Nation Switch, whatever the heck they're calling it, comes into the game, we'll come back and we'll visit. And that's kind of how any mobile game is going to be covered on the channel, and any real game in general. It's going to be when I'm excited about something, you're going to see it, and then if it fades off into the sunset, we're just not going to cover it while we're covering stuff that is fresh, new, and I don't know, just cool and happening. The next thing that I really want to cover is going to be TFT, the League of Legends auto chess game. They just have this really cool update that's coming out pretty soon. I really want to cover that. There's been a couple of trailers that I've been seeing, and I really want to cover that. It's going to be like that. So if you are only here for Exos, I do apologize. I do know it sucks when the game that the content creator is covering slowly drifts into the side. But just know that as long as if they do anything good, we're always going to come back and cover it. That's, as long as they do shit that's good. So before we go into, I think I don't even have enough to actually summon Belle, but let's go over the other characters that actually came into the game, which is going to be Ice Baby, and the other one, which I completely forget the name of. Where are you? I love you. Okay, Ryu. Let's start off with Ryu. This is my first time even hearing them talk, by the way. So let's look at Ryu's stats. So let's see. So she got the hit, the good dodge, decently high critical hit. Attack speed is a little blah, which kind of sucks. So what else do we got here? Man utilization. So yeah, she's about the damage. And I definitely want to go into 4.0. Definitely want to go into the hero story. What is she? She's 21. Okay, cool. Elfie. Now this one, with the other collabs, usually what I do is I try to like match up for where the references for the stuff is, but I can't really do that because the issue is that with anime, they usually copyright your stuff, unfortunately, especially if like someone told me this is 3 seasons deep, that they might try to come after your boy. And it's usually not when I do it, right? Usually what happens is I'll lose ad revenue for a video like months later, and then like it can't generate any new revenue from that video. It's kind of annoying. So I just don't want to take the risk. Video games have notoriously been perfectly fine. Most video games, you can use their music, you can use clips of their stuff. The only issue I've ever had was with Konami, with using Metal Gear. Don't ask me why. But let's check out Ryu Lion. Let's look at that basic attack. Like I said, seeing this in slower motion is actually, you can actually get a feel for it. Now she doesn't have any actual additional passives. It's very unfortunate, but she does have some moves. Luminous Wind is just an AoE hit here. In slow motion, it looks so much. I can actually see what's going on. Isn't there more to this? Oh no, okay, so there isn't. So she just goes in a bunch of little balls. If I'm rating that, I'm thinking that looks okay, I guess. This is an AoE hit, so a lot of stuff, a lot of projectiles. Again, people probably from the anime probably know a little bit more closely what that actually does. Then we have Krazo's magic sword, hits everyone again, so she has 2 AoEs. Now this is the skill that can only be used once per battle. It is burst, has a very high base attack, and I still don't like that. As far as us me reviewing the character, I don't like a character that can only use a skill once. Now in PvP, I can see how that actually doesn't matter, because a lot of times if let's use Bathory as an example, she's gonna use her thing pretty much once, and then if she has to use it again, hey! If she has to use it again and again, it really doesn't matter, because like usually the match is already won. Maybe you're just trying to finish off 1 or 2 people and things of that nature. So I can also see how it kind of doesn't matter that you can only use a very strong, very strong skill one time. Quiet foes in the comment section below. What do you guys feel about that? Let's look at the skill. Now I get to see, okay, she has 2 swords, a fire, what is that, fire and ice? Oh, she can only use the, oh, okay, that's the, very quick and sudden. I see that one of the swords breaks, so I'm guessing that's the whole essence behind she can't use them twice. She can't use the move again twice because she doesn't have the equipment, I guess, to do so. I mean, as far as it's very quick, like very quick. You hit with the fire, hit with the electricity, and then it kind of ends. And I feel like that's what I've seen when they were moving so fast. They seem to end very quickly. All the animations that I've seen so far. They did not have anything spicy. I felt like the last collaboration, the moves were very kind of long, drawn out, and a little bit spicy. So as far as her, I think we're just gonna go, you're gonna go the basic. You're not gonna do anything You're not gonna do anything crazy. I'm kind of curious on what. All right, I guess I'll have to check back. I don't actually know what nation she's in. We all know that this lady here, though, is in the building. I know she is charm based and stuff like that. Let's check out her stats. Decently high hit, which I do like to see. Some dodge. Critical hit is below average. Or actually that could be the regular average, actually, technically. I think 150 is slightly higher, and then like the, what is it, the 80 whatever is the highest that you can have. Attack speed looking spicy, baby. 116 looking good, but she ain't blocking a damn thing, and that's fine with me. I do think that that's pretty good. I like her base stats so far. That looks pretty good. Let's go in there. She's a 4.8. So she is rated very high. I think, yeah, she's very young, 16, if I remember correctly. I remember she was pretty nice in the show, if I remember correctly. She's supposed to be really nice. Let's look at that basic attack. Very like kind of slow, but it's supposed to like showcase speed kind of thing. She does have passives, if I remember correctly. Yes, the beautiful sword princess. This I actually might do a test for, because I was kind of curious. Focus fire is when you do a basic attack, you know, we already know what that does. But this one is really interesting. So you deal 200% additional damage, piercing damage, to all enemies of the same row that are affected with charm when a skill hits a charmed target. So I just wanted to test this, and it's probably self-explanatory, is that when it says a skill, I'm just curious if it's a skill by her, or only her, or does that also include allies as well? And it does mean a skill has to do it, so it is, you know, it is a little bit, you have to throw something out there. Very easy to test that though. Very interesting passive. Even if it's just for her, that's a nice, cool additional damage, and all those things proccing at once helps to combat Tranquil and things of that nature. Because you'll have the initial hit, the signature force hit, then you have this hit. Her stand, I think she's what is she? Focus fire, so she might be chaos. So you can also have the other hit from the unlock potential. So there's a lot of additional damage that you can have to really like pretty much try to kill them in one hit. And then we also have this. Okay, there we go. Go straight into it. Boom. Now that's clean. That right there was actually pretty clean. Stop it! Okay, that is such a cool enemy. I'm just trying to look at, okay, there we go. So he grants herself aerial and attacks to everyone. It's an AoE hit. When she has the mark, she increases her own dodge. That's all it really does. But still, it's a pretty cool animation. I really like that animation. Now look, we have Lil Rafagi. I probably said that wrong, but it's a single target burst, which is really important to her, how her whole kit works, right? If she has the mark, so it means that you want to go S1, S2. If she has the mark applied to herself, it removes the mark and then deals additional damage even further. So again, so she, like I said, a lot of additional damage she can do. It's pretty much to counter out Tranquil, break through shields. It has a lot of implications on why they made it that she can do that. And then as far as actually being a regular character, I would say that she's probably the most fit. And I don't know what I said in my first impressions of her, but reading it now and thinking about it now, that is enough additional damage. Yes, fake core and things of that nature is mostly just stat based, but all the additional damage actually might add up. So that's probably why she's rated high. Let's look at the skill though. Ooh, he sees it. She did it? That looked trash in comparison to the S1. Holy doo-doo. How could you even... Maybe there's some anime rep, like, ah man, that looks so corny. It looked like it didn't finish. It looked like it ran out of time. It's like when they first announced this, I know that there was like some time difference thing, but maybe they ran out of time. Before I go to Bell, I know I can look at their... So Ryu Lion is from Greenland, which is pretty cool. Like I said, decent character, but also being around, being able to be in the same comps as Bathory, and you know, in the crew, Rara, what is I think Talia as well. You can really kind of have her sit there and really wait for the most opportune time to actually let off that big old S2 that she has. And importantly, that she is a sword, so she is a warrior, so she does get the attack resets when she uses a skill, when her when her mana is low. So that's pretty interesting as well, as you can see here. So you can use this and then use it again. You know, again under 3 mana, so if she gets into a position where she has, I think that would be like 5 mana, she can do that twice. This one, it'd be weird if it says that. Yeah, but it still does. That she can use this and then get another turn, maybe to just auto finish something off, and then of course getting the free mana with things. So that's just the unleashed potential. You guys know how that is. But where is baby girl? Yeah, she is chaos, like I figured. So her being chaos is actually pretty significant, right? Because they also have they have this with the binding, which is not really too relevant. She is fast, so that there is some relevancy to it because of how fast she is, that she can possibly not 4 mana unless you're using FC Annie, but you can definitely get this off depending on your setup, especially if you have a person giving additional mana to the back row, and then you have her, when her turn comes, she'll definitely have 2 mana. It's very easy to get 2 mana. But this was the other thing I was trying to say, is that if you get this, you'll have additional damage, 1,000 piercing damage. So it's just, you can really do a lot of work with her. I think she's actually pretty good for a base character. Let me receive all these lovely mails. Might be some more in here. No, I don't think they actually put ZEUZ in here. Oh, they do put ZEUZ in here. All right, so I think that should put me over. Yeah, so I can actually pity him if I need to real quick. All right, so let's summon the boy. You know, what did they do to her? I'm just gonna check for like 2 seconds. That really shouldn't be. Highlight increases own attack by 50%. 8 turns if enemy with a status effect dies. Is that all they did? Silence, did they get... No, I think that's new. Putting silences on both her thing, I think that's new. She didn't have that before. And that's how it synergizes it. She silences them, and then... Now, she's actually pretty quick. This is not a review of her, but I'm not going to review her, but that's actually pretty good. But that's not why we're here. We're here to summon Belly, so we can officially say I have him and all the other stuff. So this is a combination on combination video, baby. So we're doing reviews, summons. I'm sending the game off, but I'm pretty sure that it's nearing the end of the month. So what's gonna happen is that, like, literally in a couple days, they'll probably drop some news, and then I'll have to recover that. So it is what it is. Hopefully we can get out of here relatively quickly. I'm hoping. And we can just review El Boy. Hey, got her again. Cool. Eventually, I won't be able to actually skip it. See, he's probably considered a general. And I know a lot of people are upset that she didn't get into the game. The thing that I find weird about that is that she is... Like, she's animated so well, and I'm pretty sure she fights or has fought in the thing. I think even as a gag character, you know, like, and when I mean like that, like if they were to make her like a funny character, you can just give her a cool set. Like, after seeing in Knights Chronicles, when they did in Knights Chronicles, they put in the Yokai Watch, right? And a lot of them are very silly base characters, right? So I don't think there's anything wrong with having a silly character, but also having a silly character with a really good kit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So we're piling through. Hey man, where my boy Duncan at? Where's his thing at? And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be definitely the next Fate Core group or the continuation of Black and White is going to be upon us. But man, I'm going to be having so much fun playing so much other stuff, man. It's going to be crazy. Been having fun with Monster Hunter Rise. But I'm just letting y'all know that TFT looks pretty ridiculous. A bunch of added stuff. And if you guys don't know, League of Legends is free, and so is TFT. It's just an add-on. It's like a mini game inside the game. Oh, look at Monica showing up. So I definitely encourage you guys to whatchamacallit, try it out or play some games now. It'd be funny if I can actually get a stream going and then we can just go, because TFT doesn't like, what's cool about it is like you can like play it with someone, it doesn't matter, they can always see what you're doing, so I don't have to worry about being sniped or something like that. But I can't really stream, my connection is not stable. That's why I even do YouTube at the moment. Oh, come on. Do not make me go deep for this boy. We're stopping at 10 or hell will break loose. Because I actually don't know what he does. I remember he got some, he had some paragraphs, if I remember correctly. My man Bell definitely got some paragraphs. He got some semi-unique. Okay, we're like maxed out on her now. And this is it. This is 10. Game. Don't play with me now. I'll quit this motherfucker right now. Don't you? Hey. We got you're wasting precious editing time. That's what I'm talking about. I can't skip it. Which means it could be a red or it's actually a blue. But oh, that's the slow, so we good. See, sometimes you have to put your motherfucking foot down. Don't be afraid to put your foot down, man. Exactly. I don't play these games. Okay, I'm about to say that's the trashiest. That's cute. Oh, he doesn't speak. Is he a mute? He wasn't a mute. No, he definitely talks. But that's dope that she's like in it. I wonder if she's in his animations and everything. But that is cool that they're like together, kind of attached, and she's always clinging to him like that. Okay, so boom, he's a 4.8. Wait, maybe I really need to read what's going on. This man is rated high. Oh, we're not even done, ladies and gentlefish. Oh, of course, Adams. Adams like, all right. My boy Adams, ring him in. See, we don't play games around here at the Kashino, baby. Sometimes you gotta put your foot down, okay? You gotta tell him, yo, I ain't going past 10. I'm not doing it. By the way, yo, Dre, thank you. The money is in the second account, not the first account, okay? Just make sure you, I put it in the second account, all right, man? Thank you so much, man. And congratulations on your position in Line Games. Anyway, let's go check out this guy. All right, so now that we have him, we can officially, oh, she's like, that's so cool. That is so cool. It's weird that he's like he's not a mute. Like, I've watched the anime, he definitely talks. Like, that's so weird. Anyway, so let's look at that. I went straight to his speed, 96, so he's slightly higher than average, 92, above 100 hit. Pretty nice. As you notice, I don't really care about the attack HP. All that stuff just gets mixed and mingled, especially because they're not generals and they don't have a general. I mean, technically, yes, in whatever they're in, they are general. But he, I think, is part of the Wasted Red. He's a Wasted Red boy. Let me just check. He is, I think, 16 as well. Yeah, she is just stuck with him. 14. There we go. Even younger. Sorry, ladies. If you like the, I mean, he's already kind of taken if you're paying attention. So don't be a homewrecker, ladies. All right, so let's check the boy out. I remember this basic attack was doo-doo. Actually, no, it looks way better. Maybe it was one of the moves that he had. That actually, I do like that. That's actually kind of smooth. Kick into the slice, and then the super flip, the acrobatics, the gymnastics in the building. So there we got the count of 3, and then yeah, there we go. Argonaut. When he's under command, he grants Argonaut mark to himself at the start of every turn other than his own turn, which is weird. So, and can be stacked up to 7 times. So every time there's a turn that's not his, he's getting stacks of Argonaut. Which, whatever. Then we have Firebolt, which I think if I remember correctly, is like one of the crappy animations. So it hits all the people, it removes all his stacks, and it deals 70% additional damage for each mark that he has when the attack lands, which is crazy. He also inflicts stun to himself when upon dealing additional damage, and I'm assuming it's referring specifically to the additional Argonaut damage, not any other random additional damage, which that's the only additional damage I'm assuming. So stunning himself for 3 turns is really irrelevant. It does suck because there are synergizing things that have to do with having a status effect on you. I do want to test, possibly in this video, if he has status effect immunity, will he not stun himself? I think the only way I can test that is with FC Shell, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm curious if that actually will negate that, and then it's a way of cheating stuff out. Those are the cool things in these kind of gacha games, right? Where you can take a weakness of a character and have another character cover up that weakness, and that would be one of the ways I would like to do that, because especially if he's getting a stack every other turn that's not his own, and it doesn't matter if it's ally or enemy, he'll always have a decent amount of stacks. He only gets 7, right? Especially if you have any turn resetty nonsensey stuff, he'll definitely have full stacks when he does this move. Let's check it out. Firebolt! Literally just a Hadouken and it's a fire. It's a big enough explosion. Maybe again, see, it was going so fast it looked pretty crappy in my eyes before, but I actually like that animation there. So only bad animation is Lil Rafagi. That was kind of crap. Penetration. Single damage. Burst increases his own attack speed by 40 for 10 turns. Okay, let's look at penetration. Oh. White folks in the comment section. That's definitely one of the anime things, because he stabs him and he starts saying something. It sounds like one of those things like, I gotta push forward or I gotta do it harder or something like that. It looks like he deletes him from the game, and I think that the world of DanMachi is that you know, it is a MMO, right? So maybe he deleted someone from the game. It looked like he had some cheat codes on his sword. Is that what he did? But as far as like looking at it, it didn't look too impressive, except the end where it looks like you made the person disappear. So that'd be a nice touch if you got the kill that they disappeared. That'd be really cool. But I think that is a thing, but it looks like it doesn't have the Argonaut stuff, so it's mostly like you're trying to look at him from the perspective of being an AoE clearer. And I don't know, that seems like okay. He's counter character. Let me just double check and make sure that well, he's obviously wasted, right? Because he has command. I shouldn't really need to check this. And he is a warrior, so he has the turn manipulation thing, which doesn't work in his favor because he doesn't get stacks unless it's not his turn. So that you know, you might just want to get the passive thing first. But I think he's pretty cool. I actually kind of agree with the 4.8 is depending on how that damage kits out. Obviously, when I'm doing my testing, they're going to be very low level, so we're not going to be seeing crazy damage numbers. But I also liked, and I think that they should have did this with the first collab, is that they're all 3 nations. We have a Greenland one, we have one that deals with Estos Republic, and then we have one that is Wasted Red. And I think that would have been a better way of doing the actual collaborations, putting them in 3 nations. I think there's 6, right? Or there's 6, right? So giving the one collab in all these nations, and the next collab is in these, and kind of spreading the love instead of like technically now, what is that, 4 or 5 are all in Wasted Red. If you include all the thing, is kind of crazy. Anywho, let's get into some testing. I'm really curious to try some things out. All right, let's step it up a notch. We should easily see it here. She's not gonna do any damage. And you see the actual hit, the 300s was the additional damage, but it's scaling off her attack, which is another thing that I was very curious about. So you definitely have to have her built if you even want this princess beautiful sword thing to even remotely do any damage. Here we're gonna see the additional damage. She has 2 Argonaut stacks, so we'll see some additional damage here too. And as you can see, where is he? He stunned himself, right? He is stunned for 3 turns. I will switch out Garf after this, and then I'm going to see if I can actually prevent the stun, which will be interesting to see. Now this says it can only be used once per battle. Excellent. It can really only be used once per battle. All right, let's try this again. So there it is. As you can see, it's locked out, which is pretty funny. Can't use it. Now I'm curious if it's gonna let me do it, if it won't let me do it again in the next fight or whatever. This is just a PvE issue. Okay, so yeah. So PvE issue, she's a liability because you can only use that once, and you're gonna probably only want to use it in the final encounter, right? You're not gonna want to use that in the beginning. Though it does a lot of damage, I guess you could possibly use it. I'm also curious, which I'm not gonna spend ZEUZ to figure out, but I'm curious if you were to refresh the fight. Let's say if you used it once and then your team dies and you use it again because of how strong it technically quote unquote should be, I wonder if that's a thing, you know? But that is going to be it for me. That is going to be my review of the 3 characters. I actually think they're really good, except really Ryu Lion. I think she's pretty shit. But outside of that, I do think that the other 2 do have a decent spot. Yes, they are going to suffer. And I guess that's where you have to use your core sharing, whatever core memory sharing to actually utilize that. I do think that there should be something they should implement later on with the collab unit, something similar to not Signature Force, but you know, they have the fake core, what is it, core memory? Maybe have something like that, but for the collab units, so where they can actually possibly get to a similar strength of a fake core. I mean, this is something, but it's not exactly like foolproof of what we would need to help them. And you know, just something that would just bring them up to speed. I know some people think that, you know, they don't need to be, but I do think that they do. But a character like Ais would actually become a legitimate, like, insane threat. She would literally become an insane threat if she was to be on the same levels as a fake core. But again, there are ways to make her that strong, and if you wanted to invest that deeply into her, you could do that as well. And also, like I said, I think Bell is actually not that bad. I think that he's pretty good. That AoE move that he has. Oh yeah, I was supposed to check if I can stop the stun, right? I forgot. Yeah, see, the curtain call gives status effect immunity. We're just gonna put that on Bell and then use his move, and then we should be good to go. All right, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Boom. Give it to him. I think he should have 2 stacks or 3, 2 stats, and there goes the status effect immunity. And we're gonna do the move. Let it go. So yes, it does block it. It does take up the status effect immunity charge and everything like that, which makes sense. But you know, it's all about being transparent. Anyway, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy it. This is a longer video. I wanted to talk to you guys about everything and really get into the nitty gritty. And next time there's something cool that drops, you guys are gonna see an Exos video from the boy, because I still do like the game. It's just that constantly keeping up with it, trying to make videos on it is just a little silly at this point. Just let the game kind of ride out. And of course, guys, if there are games that you guys are playing or a trailer that you might want me to check out, please let me know in the comment section below. I do like to see other games, but sometimes I do miss them because of the fact that I'm just all over the place. There's sometimes there's a lot going on, or sometimes I just miss something, you know, it happens. But yeah, what do you guys think about these characters? Have you summoned for them? Have you said no, there's no way, there's no FC, they're trash, anything like that? Let me know what you guys think about the DanMachi characters as far as usefulness, especially when it comes down to, you know, RTA coming into the game. There could be more viable characters because you can ban, I don't know how many bans we're gonna get, but to really ban out and really have someone like, you know, them come in and really mix it up. Like, why would someone ban out, you know, Ais or Bell? Like, the odds of them doing that is very low. So you might have this really super Omega built character that they're not really expecting, and you know, you might be able to clean up. Just saying. But that's it for me. Let me know how you feel. Like, comment, subscribe, and just remember that every day at the Kashino, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.